Tottenham Hotspur, one of the worst Premier League seasons in history. Yet Thomas Frank has still not been sacked as Tottenham Hotspur manager. My question to you is, if not Frank, who? Yes, guys, Nige from Pure Coys TV. Thanks so much for coming to the channel. On today's video, I'm going to be asking the question, if not Thomas Frank, then who? There is absolutely no doubt we have had one of the worst seasons in Tottenham's history. Certainly in our recent history. In last season, we finished 17th. This season, we could go one better and actually get relegated. But who's to blame? If it's Thomas Frank, why is he still in a job? I will be asking the question now. If not Frank, who? Guys, before we get into it, please like the stream, subscribe to the channel. It is so important. And hit that bell notification so you know when all of my content is about to drop. So, as I've said, Spurs currently 15th in the Premier League. We cannot seem to buy a win, yet all the teams around us are winning games. Slowly but surely, we are being sucked into a relegation battle. I don't think we're even being sucked into a relegation battle. I think we are now officially in it. Newcastle and Arsenal to come, while other teams around us have much more favourable games. Within the next week, 2 weeks, we could find ourselves in massive trouble unless we can find a win from somewhere. And with the injuries the way they are, and Thomas Frank seemingly not being able to get this team up to get victories, I'm really concerned about this club and about our Premier League survival. We have never been relegated from the Premier League. Could this season be the one? Guys, if not Frank, who? If not Frank, who? I don't know. For me, Frank isn't the man. But do we sack him now and risk bringing someone else in? Would it be an interim boss? Would it be someone full-time? I just don't know. I'm at a loss with this club. Part of me thinks sack Frank, get someone else in. Part of me think, what's the point? What's the point, right? What difference is it going to make? You know? But the more we lose, week in, week out, the more we get sucked into that danger zone, the more I think we need to do something, because clearly what we're doing isn't working. And Frank coming out every week and saying he's seeing improvements while we're going lower and lower on the table is really, really frustrating and confusing. So who do we bring in if Frank goes? Which, listen, we cannot lose too many more games before he does, surely. This is who I'm looking at. This is the 4 names that I have got. The first one is, of course, this man, Xabi Alonso. He would be a great choice, wouldn't he? Did absolutely amazing things at Leverkusen. And sure, it didn't work out at Real Madrid, but his record wasn't poor at Real Madrid by any means. It is just a club where you have to be absolutely A-class, anything below, and is not good enough. I think Xabi Alonso would be a fantastic manager for Tottenham. Sadly, I think he's got Liverpool written all over him. I don't see Spurs getting Alonso in any way, shape, or form, especially when we are low as we are in the table. And who knows, we could be in the Championship next season, right? Let's hope not. But if we move and move quickly, that new manager Banks might get us enough wins to push us up and out of safety. And the next man is this man, and it is De Zerbi. Now, for me, he plays good football, right? He's an attacking, front-footed manager. Did really well at Brighton, and he's doing well with Marseille, to be fair. He is doing well with Marseille, but he is an absolute nutcase, isn't he? He's a time bomb. And under this current ownership, I'm not sure whether it's a good mix. I've got to be honest. I think De Zerbi would be a good choice, but I'm not sure it would work for him. I wouldn't give him a season in charge at Spurs before all blew up. So for me, De Zerbi, as much as I think he's a good manager, is probably a no. Then we have your left field manager, your left field one. right? The one that's just come out of the blue that I'm reading and I'm thinking, really? And the more I think about it, I'm more thinking, you know what? We've got nothing to lose. I'd do it. And this is more of an interim manager, and it is this man, Tim Sherwood. Tim Sherwood. Wow, remember that when Adebayo scored that goal? Listen, for me, he hasn't managed a Premier League side for a long time. So I don't know whether he's the man. And his record wasn't amazing at Spurs, but he knows the club. And maybe as an interim coming in, putting a few rockets up a few asses, maybe he would be the answer just to get us a few victories. My one big question would be, is he going to wear that gilet? And is he going to chuck it on the floor and stamp on it when we can see the goal? Something doesn't go right. Never forget that moment. Absolutely hilarious. Guys, so there's your three that I think we're being linked with. But this is the man we're being linked with the most. A lot of you will turn off now, and I understand it. It's fine. But this is the only answer for Tottenham Hotspur, right? It is this man, Mauricio Pochettino. He's magic, you know. This man is the man that would unite 90% of the fan base. Now, like I say, he's not going to please everyone. No manager ever will. But Pochettino is the man for me to take Tottenham forward, to take Tottenham maybe to greatness. And yes, I am thinking with my heart and not with my head. But football is a passionate game. Don't we all think with our hearts when it comes to football? About the things we love, don't we all think with our hearts? Maybe that's what gets us in trouble a lot of the time. It's certainly got me in trouble over the years, thinking with my heart and relationships and not with my head. And maybe I'm doing the same with Tottenham Hotspur, but I want to feel in love with my club again. I want to feel that connection that I had when Pochettino was in charge. And for me, he is twerking for a Tottenham return. He is absolutely putting himself out there and saying, I want Tottenham, but do Tottenham want Pochettino? I'm not sure. Listen, it's going to be an interesting next couple of months ahead. Obviously, if Pochettino comes in, that means Frank will stay unless we bring in a Sherwood before Pochettino. I think if we are going to bring an interim, that rules out De Zerbi and Alonso. Guys, drop a comment in. Who would be your next manager of Spurs? If Frank was to go today, tomorrow, the next day, who would you bring in as Tottenham manager? Any one of those four managers? Or have you got someone totally and utterly different? Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It's all about personal choice, guys. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a debate. Who would you bring in as Tottenham manager? Clearly, Frank isn't working. Guys, drop a comment in. Let me know. Hit that like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Have a fantastic day. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay Pure Coys.